We're diving into a situation that's been quietly brewing behind the scenes but has now exploded into public view. What started as a seemingly mature, amicable split between singer-actress Teyana Taylor and former NBA star Iman Shumpert has turned into a full-blown legal and emotional battle. And honestly, it's not just messy, it's heartbreaking, confusing, and even potentially criminal. What's happening between these two once-beloved public figures is a cautionary tale of how love, pride, hurt, and silence can spiral into legal warfare. Let's rewind for a second. Back in September 2023, Teyana Taylor posted a now-deleted Instagram message revealing that she and Iman had quietly separated. The way she framed it was mature and dignified. No drama, no cheating allegations, just two people choosing to part ways while continuing to love and respect each other as co-parents. Fans were stunned but admired how gracefully she handled it. She even emphasized that they were still best friends, that there was no scandal involved, and that their only priority was protecting their daughters, Junie and Rue. At that time, it seemed like we were witnessing one of the rare celebrity splits that would remain respectful and private. But fast forward to now, and that peaceful narrative has completely unraveled. Despite the divorce being finalized in July 2024, yes, we're coming up on the one-year mark, the drama is far from over. In fact, it's reached a new peak, and legal experts are now weighing in on the seriousness of what's happening. On May 5, 2025, Iman filed a motion for contempt against Teyana, alleging that she has not only violated their divorce agreement, but has also intentionally harmed his relationship with their children. His motion accuses her of leaking confidential court information, despite their case being sealed, and of disparaging him in front of their daughters. He's also claiming that she's interfering with his visitation rights and failing to uphold certain court order conditions. Based on those claims, he's asking the court to hold her in both civil and criminal contempt, a move that could result in her paying a $1,000 fine or, worse, serving up to 20 days in jail. Now, to be very clear, this is not some empty threat or PR stunt. This is a real, legal motion with serious consequences, and the fact that jail time is even on the table tells you just how far this situation has escalated. But Teyana is not staying silent anymore. After weeks of being dragged in headlines called greedy, vindictive, and everything in between, she decided to speak out via Instagram Live. And the tone of her message was not angry, it was hurt, deeply hurt. She explained that for months, she had stayed quiet to protect her peace, her children, and honestly, a man. She said she went out of her way to avoid public conflict, even when people started posting false information about their split. But the recent headlines suggesting she took everything from Iman in the divorce, that she's responsible for him being broke, that she's trying to get him locked up, pushed her to the edge. Teyana clarified that she never asked the court to jail a man. In fact, she revealed that she filed her own motion for contempt back in January 2025, months before Iman's filing, and that her motion was purely procedural. According to her, it's the only legal route available when someone violates the terms of a court order. Filing for contempt doesn't automatically mean you want the person punished. It just means you're asking the court to enforce the existing agreement. And, she emphasized, it's up to the judge to decide if sanctions or jail are warranted, not her. Now here's where things get even messier. Around the same time Iman filed his motion, several gossip blogs began publishing so-called leaks from their sealed divorce settlement. These leaks claimed that Teyana walked away with almost everything: the Maybach, the Jeep Gladiator, the Ford Bronco, and multiple properties. The implication was clear, that she used the divorce to financially destroy him. Teyana passionately refuted those rumors, stating that she bought all those cars with her own money, and she has the receipts to prove it. She also explained that out of the 4 properties they owned together, they each took 2. The rest of their assets, they were individually owned and remained untouched. But the emotional core of her life wasn't about cars or houses, it was about betrayal. Teyana revealed that even after the divorce, she and Iman maintained what she believed was a healthy co-parenting relationship. They joked with each other, supported each other on social media, and even continued to refer to one another as baby mama and baby daddy. So when these false, damaging stories started surfacing online, she was blindsided. She reached out to Iman directly, asking him point-blank, "Was this you?" Because the information being leaked could only have come from someone with access to the sealed documents. His response? He claimed he thought she was the one leaking the information, and that he was choosing silence to protect her. Teyana called out the hypocrisy of that statement. She asked, how is staying silent protecting her when she's the one being attacked online? When people are believing lies about her character, her finances, and her parenting? Why hasn't he spoken up to defend her the same way she always defended him, even when she had every reason not to? She dropped a bombshell during the live, saying there were times during their marriage when things were very difficult financially. Bills weren't getting paid. There were career setbacks, personal challenges, and still, she never spoke out. She never aired his business. She never tried to tear him down in the media. She chose silence, thinking it would bring peace. But now that same silence is being used against her, weaponized by people who want to paint her as bitter or vindictive. And that, she said, is something she's no longer willing to tolerate. She also touched on something that a lot of women, especially Black women, can relate to: being expected to remain graceful under pressure, even when you're being mistreated. She said she's tired of being the strong one, tired of protecting someone who no longer protects her, and she's especially tired of people believing she's difficult or angry just because she's choosing to speak up for herself. Another major point she made: these headlines always seem to surface at the worst possible times, usually right before she's about to make a major career move. Whether she's launching a sneaker collaboration, releasing a new project, or accepting an award, that's when the rumors start flying. She said it feels intentional, like someone is trying to sabotage her wins by muddying her name at just the right moment. And honestly, that's a tactic we've seen before, especially in messy breakups with uneven power dynamics. The next big moment in this saga will be the court hearing on June 24, 2025, where both parties will present their arguments. Iman wants Teyana held in contempt. Teyana wants the same from him, and the judge will decide who, if anyone, is truly violating the agreement, and whether consequences, including jail time, are appropriate. It's a serious and deeply emotional showdown that could reshape not only their co-parenting relationship, but their public reputations as well. At the end of the day, Teyana made one thing very clear: she doesn't want revenge. She wants peace. She wants her name cleared, her children protected, and the ability to move on with her life without being constantly dragged into courtroom battles and internet gossip. She said, "I don't want war, I want fairness." And honestly, you could feel the exhaustion in her voice. This isn't about celebrity drama anymore. This is about two parents who once loved each other, now fighting for control, truth, and peace in front of the entire world. So, what do y'all think? Is Teyana finally standing up for herself after months of unfair attacks? Is Iman being misrepresented, or is he truly trying to flip the narrative to avoid accountability? Can two people ever really amicably divorce when the spotlight is this bright and the stakes are this high? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.